What's up, y'all? It's Honest Movie Guy, and I'm back with another movie review. Today, I want to review a movie I saw this past weekend. I did not enjoy it at all. It is called Carriers, made in 2009. It was just a huge letdown. It had promise, had some good aspects about it, but ultimately, it wasn't that great, and I'll let you know why in this review. So, for those who have forgotten, this is how it works. First, I give you a synopsis of the movie, then I give you a spoiler-free review of the movie, and finally, I give you my honest rating and my honest recommendation. So let's jump in. The synopsis for Carriers reads: Four friends fleeing a viral pandemic soon learn they are more dangerous than any virus. Okay, so that literally sums it up. There's some type of pandemic, virus, whatever going around that's literally killing people. It is very, very easy to catch. Literally, you come in contact with somebody that has it, and they, I guess, spit on you or whatever, or even just gets on you or gets you anyway, and boom, you get the virus too, and it's fatal. There's no cure, no nothing for it. Now, this movie sounds like a zombie type movie. It isn't. It focuses more on the human interactions of what happens when, society breaks down from something like this, and what and how people change. And that's really, the selling point of the film that really drove the plot, was you kind of see the different decisions that these characters make for their own survival and how they treat other people around them for their survival. And you're just like, wow, you know what? That's just messed up. Like, wow, how could you do that to this person? Like, don't you have a heart? And then you also see the consequences of, you kind of giving in to, your heart and being, nice to people and see what can happen. So it was very, human nature focused and driven, which I did like to see, because a lot of these zombie films, they just focus on, the action, the gore, and all that, but sometimes forget the human element. So I love that I got to see this human element of it. I really like the actors. Chris Pine was in it. He was very good. He was the leader. I don't have no complaints really with the actors. They did their job well. I do think Emily Van Camp was underutilized in this film. Like, she literally couldn't have been in the film, and it would have been the exact same. So I thought she was underutilized. But this brings me to the plot of the film, which is my main complaint. Now, as I already mentioned, the whole human nature interaction, how you see, human nature change in terms of Apocalypse was the main, plot pusher in this film, I guess you could say. But the problem was, this plot went nowhere. It started nowhere, and it continued on to nowhere, and ended absolutely nowhere. There was no huge, development in it that you're like, wow. There was no main conflict for them at all. It was just kind of like the same thing over and over, just trying to survive. They had no place where they were going, no real dream or end goals or anything like that. It was just like, okay, they're driving along the road, then they're stopping here, they're getting gas, they're avoiding this, they're hiding here, they're spending time here. Like, there was no big thing that they were heading towards or trying to accomplish or anything like that. So it was just like, okay, like, what did I watch this movie for? And then, because it was very slow moving, the film, and then there was absolutely no character development at all in this film. Like, I didn't have no backstory for any of these characters, so I didn't really care when anything might have happened to them or did happen to them. It was just like, eh. So with that, I was just bored. I was bored. Honestly, I was waiting for it to get better. It didn't. Honestly, after the first half is when you have that moment where you really feel like, damn, that's messed up. But other than that, it was a very, very weak film. Very, very weak film. I just didn't really like it. Now, IMDb gave this movie a 6. I'm going to give this movie a 5. No, I'm going to give it a 4.9. I'm going to give it a 4.9 because this movie's barely watchable. It's watchable based off the interactions between the characters and the decisions that they make, and it makes you wonder, what would you do if you were in that position? Would you do the same messed up shit that they were doing? I don't know. Would you not? You have to look inside yourself, figure that out. But other than that, it was terrible. I don't know anyone that wants to watch a movie that goes nowhere. The movie was in the exact same spot at the start of the movie than it was as it was in the end. And that can't happen. We need to see some type of character development, some type of development in the plot, some type of conflict that the characters have to overcome. There was no climax, no nothing. It was just the same thing over again. And it was just boring. It was just boring and just weak. So as I said, I give this movie a 4.9. Now, my recommendation for you guys, unless you're really, really interested in seeing a couple messed up scenes and a couple messed up decisions that you could go see in any other film, avoid this like the plague that the movie had in it. Because this movie was not good. It was a waste of time. I was done. I was like, damn, I wish I got my time back, okay? This movie is not good. So as I said, do not believe its rating of a 6. It is not a very good movie. It is only around a 4.9, and I tell you guys to avoid this movie like the plague and don't watch Carriers at all. That's it for this review. I'm the Honest Movie Guy. Avoid Carriers and make sure to like and subscribe below and tune into more videos on my channel.